Hi Nick, so thanks for amazing talk. And like my first question, what do you think like your place in blockchain economy, and what kind of career paths bring you there to work with blockchain?
Right. So my background is in technology. I've been involved with IT for over 14 years, and I was mainly working with products, right? So I had my own kind of service companies, and then we had a couple of like product startups. And so it was all about creating experiences for the user, making sure that the technology is actually benefiting the end user, right? So it's not the technology by itself, it's actually for the user. And so when it comes to blockchain technology right now, I think it needs a bit of that, right? So it's a great concept. It's great technology, and it's obviously everybody's been enjoying it. But then the user experience component needs to be added to that. So that we're trying to get that.
Okay, cool. So now a lot of hype around blockchain, but from your experience, what's the like real business problem you can solve with the blockchain, and what's the like real business drivers that drive blockchain now?
Okay. Well, so blockchain is very versatile, let's say, right? What I can totally tell you is that it's not a magical wand that will solve any kind of problem. People tend to think on this hype wave that like blockchain, you just throw it at the problem and then it magically solves itself. It's not true. And there are some of the cases in particular that are working, like why cryptocurrency started, like Rocket started, just because it's a no-brainer vertical solution for blockchain technology that enables that. There are some others, like finance, banking, logistics. I mean, it's all out there. Everybody's talking about that. But when you're kind of deciding to apply blockchain to your business, my point is that you really have to do thinking, not just hype thinking, but like engineer thinking.
Okay, cool. And now you're talking with a lot of like customers, potential customers. And what do you think like qualities which they need from the blockchain technology, and how you can approach that?
Yeah, so people are looking, all kinds of customers, right? So people are looking mostly like for the way how they can record something into the ledger for it to be untamperable, right, and secure and transparent. So that's what people are looking for. Some of the projects, as I mentioned already, they do not need it, and so we are kind of honestly saying, hey guys, you better go with centralized solution. But for those where this can be actually leveraged for their business, we're totally saying, hey, this is gonna solve your problem. And yeah, those would probably be the most, the biggest ones.
Okay, and what's the like a main technical challenge that you face it in like your blockchain project?
Ooh, that's a lot. So we're gonna host a workshop about this. There are a lot of different like challenges and areas of improvement, as I call them. So where blockchain needs to improve in order to meet some of the standards or some requirements they ask from the enterprise. A lot of it. Like I counted 9 areas, and we're talking about them in our workshop. So yeah, there's a lot of them.
Okay, thanks. And now, on the hiring market, a lot of new profiles, right? IT profiles like blockchain engineer and so on. What's the main skill set you think is needed, like to work with the blockchain projects?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there are very few, let's say, experienced blockchain professionals, and because of the hype, all of the like dev shops and all of the people that were involved, like a lot of people that were involved with just like software, they're kind of trying to hop on the train. But like I think that to be able to handle blockchain and to be kind of a good engineer, you have to understand at least one of the like backend technologies like that is applicable to blockchain, like Golang, Java. If you have like fintech experience or experience in any of the kind of verticals that where you are going to implement blockchain in, that would be definitely beneficial. But like it's not a rocket science, let's say, right? So blockchain is not like a right. It's not like heaven-given gift to the mankind, right? It's just a jump in the in the evolution of distributed technologies, right? So it's not like something totally new. So that's why I don't think it's like unreachable for good engineers.
Okay, thanks. And as a community, like, what can you do, like, for the blockchain in enterprise? Like, do not start this blockchain winter.
Yeah, okay, so I really liked what Chris Ferris told us. So he said that we basically, instead of each one of us developing our own thing and having yet another blockchain, right, just for our, yeah, like niche, right? We have to unite, right? So we have to form consortiums that are working the same problem, and that's how we will together be pushing the technology forward instead of like each pulling in their own direction. So I totally agree with that statement.
Okay, and last question. So, what do you think about Rethink conference so far?
It's perfect. I mean, there's very few to none conferences of this kind, right? So we brought it together specifically for engineering community because we had enough of the hype, we had enough of the futuristic talks about blockchain, how it's going to change the world. We had enough of that. I mean, it's clear. Let's not talk about it, right? Let's talk about how to move this forward. Let's talk about the challenges. Let's talk about forming consortiums. How do we solve these problems and make that magic happen for the market? So that's exactly what Rethink Trust is doing, and I totally enjoy being part of it.
Okay, thank you very much.